Hey everyone, I'm Jim Wright with the Longhorn Historical Society, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Hard Labor Creek State Park near Rutledge, Georgia, a place that's not just rich in natural beauty, but also in history. Behind me stands a legacy of resilience and recovery built by the hands of young men during one of America's toughest times, the Great Depression, and served as a setting for the famous horror franchise Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. So join me as we take a journey back to the 1930s, a time of hardship across the United States and right here in the heart of Georgia, and uncover how these New Deal programs left a lasting mark on our land, our communities, and our future. Here we go. Following the devastation of the boll weevil, repeated droughts, and the stock market crash in 1929, Georgians faced a grim reality: no money, no jobs, no homes. The countryside was dotted with despair, especially here in Morgan County. But in 1932, hope arrived. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, was elected president and introduced a bold plan to restore the nation, the New Deal. These programs didn't just change America, they transformed Georgia. And right here in Morgan County, and the area that would become Hard Labor Creek State Park, the New Deal has left a lasting legacy. Let's start with the CCC, active from 1933 to 1942. This program hired unemployed youth men to work on public service projects, erosion control, flood prevention, and building public parks. They signed 6-month contracts, received room and board at places like this, and earned $30 a month, 25 of that which was sent home to help support the families in the time of need. Over 3 million young men served in the CCC, planting millions of trees and building infrastructure across the country. When World War II began, many traded their CCC uniforms for military ones, and the program was disbanded in 1942. Here in Georgia, the CCC employed over 78,000 men, planted 22 million trees, and built or improved parks like Chickamauga, Kennesaw Mountain, A.H. Stevens, and yes, Hard Labor Creek, where I'm at. The lakes, dams, camps, and reforested land you see today were all shaped by the CCC hands. Next, the REA, Rural Electrification Administration, established in 1935. Legend has it that while staying at his little White House home in Warm Springs, Roosevelt was shocked by his electric bill because it was so much higher than his home in New York. Whether or not it is true, he was determined to bring affordable electricity to rural Americans. The REA succeeded. By 1939, rural households with electricity increased by 25%. Farmers bought electric appliances, boosting the economy and making life just a little bit easier for them. In rural Georgia, including Morgan County, REA changed lives, bringing light, power, and progress. Now the AAA, Agricultural Adjustment Act, active from 1933 to 1936. During the Depression, overproduction of crops like cotton and tobacco drove prices down. The AAA paid farmers to reduce production, raising prices and stabilizing the market. But not everyone benefited from this. Sharecroppers and tenant farmers were left out. Landowners kept the payments and many workers were displaced. This led to urban migration and the decline of sharecropping in Georgia. In Morgan County, an agricultural region, the AAA pushed farmers to diversify crops, but also contributed to the end of a way of life. And finally, the SSA, Social Security Administration, established in 1935 and is still active today. Before the SSA, elderly and disabled Americans relied on charity. The SSA provided benefits for retirees, the disabled, and survivors of deceased workers. It is one of the longest-running New Deal programs. Today, nearly every Georgian, myself included, is connected to Social Security, either paying into it or receiving benefits. So what does the New Deal mean for Georgia? It means parks, dams, reforested land, farm aid, rural electricity, and retirement security. It means legacy, and you can see that legacy here at Hard Labor Creek State Park. So come on out to this state park. It gets its name from the creek named Hard Labor, and there are 2 stories that go with that. One story is that it's a reference to enslaved people working the land and it being hard labor. And 2, it comes from the Native Americans who thought the Swampy Creek area was hard to cross. One of Georgia's largest state parks offers many activities: a public golf course, cabins, camping, 2 lakes, miles of hiking, biking, and horse trails, historical value, and movies were made here. This is Jim Wright with Georgia on Location. Have a great day, get out there, and explore your world.